Welcome to Mirror Domains, and this is my Miss Marvel Road to the Marvels, Episode 5, full live watch-along, Grumpy Man Reacts. And I've got more than one reason to be grumpy today, folks. Had some technical issues. I was supposed to be up on this channel earlier, streaming. Hey, you don't want to hear about that stuff. The Marvels comes out tomorrow, and the early reviews are starting to come in, but it's not up on the tomato meter just yet. Guys, I'll be looking forward to this movie, and in preparation, we are watching Miss Marvel. Episode 5 today. Episode 6 is going to get pushed to the afternoon today, around 1:30 p.m. It's just because I don't have enough time to fit it in. We do have some movie news topics that I do want to get to as well, that we'll talk about after we're done this episode. So, pay attention to that. That'll get cut out and put up on this channel later on, all by itself. If you don't know what that is, there are all my other social media handles, guys, that you can follow. Hey, you can see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff with the little technical issues, how angry I got about that. Yeah. Ooh. Anyway, if you haven't watched one of these from me before, you know how this works. I can't show you the entire thing here on the side due to copyright issues, but I'll do my best with my little tips and tricks. I've skipped over the previously on, and I'm hitting play button now as we are, again, they've forgone putting in the Marvel music. Stop that. I want to hear the Marvel music. It gets me hyped, gets me ramped up, and they've put in different music. Okay, so she just went back in time to see the train. What's going to happen? I don't know. Do I care? Not really. All the wind has been taken out of my sails. But I'll try to shake it off. Apparently, they're going to go back to their original name. It's not going to be called India anymore, which is good because it shouldn't be named. If that's the English name, what the English called it, right? So they have another name to it. Kind of like China is a different name, right? They don't call it China, right? We should call it what they call it. And this is going to be like what, depicting what happened with the separation of India and that other country that was that Gandhi? All right, where are we at? Are we in? Good. So she's running from, oh no, is that her mother or grandmother? Uh-oh, murder. So that's her grandmother, right? She's got the bracer, right? Oh, cricket. Hindustan, that's what they called it, right? That's the original name for it, right? And it's going to go back to that, from what I understand. Who is that actress? She really pops, doesn't she? Could she be the secret character that we see in that Marvel's trailer? That would be cool. I don't know. No, this is in the past, so she would have. No, that wouldn't fit. I don't know what's going on here. British shoulder. Go home. Good music. Now, I heard that most movies from India are ADR because no matter where you try to film, there's so many people around. External sound is hard to capture actors on set. So they re-record the dialogue afterwards. And is that what they've done here? So we get a little bit of backstory. That's fine. We've seen this kind of element before. Like the second to last episode is like a backstory filler kind of thing. Haunting of Bly Manor did that, but that had the expert execution of Mike Flanagan at the helm. We'll see if this has the same ability to pull that off. Don't show me that. I'm hungry. It's almost breakfast time. Yeah, I hear that. I could go for some right now. ADR would explain perhaps the echo and volume in such Asian movies that I watch. Yeah, that warm, soft bread. Ooh, hungry. You sound like you're British. You don't seem to have an accent of any kind. The man, the man, she. Is he trying to romance her? Is that the grandfather? Oh, she's getting enchanted. Aisha. Hmm. I like the lighting. Hassan. I like the lighting here. It's a bit dark, but it's for a scene like that, cool, man. But Kane, hmm. Yeah, whoever she is, she's got like a Disney face. I mean, get more work from her. I need to look her up afterwards. Who plays Aisha? Oh, isn't that cute? Okay, so she's got the bangle already? Hmm. with all this bloodshed. That's topical right now. Didn't they call that peaceful? Hmm. Well, no, people aren't. I guess it's not topical, but milk and vegetables. He doesn't want help. Hey, if you're starving, Rohan. Wow. He's just brought some food for you, dude. No need for the blown gasket. He's trying to be nice, considerate. You can tell that he's got this fury buried underneath. Just like maybe his OBS settings were all set back to default due to a computer upgrade, maybe. Ooh, who's that? Can't quite make it out. Okay, so that's the grandmother, right? She's the evil one, right? Or no, that one. She's the evil one because she's a jinn. All right, they're hugging. Did you think that she was going to stab her there for a second? I should play by. Hmm. Timestamp? 12 minutes in, guys. 12 minutes in. This is a shorter episode. It's only 35 minutes. I can't go home. Okay, so I'm assuming that that means that if they went home, it would destroy Earth as we know it, right? And she knows that. But now she's got a kid. Yeah, you can hear her accent now. Or no, it was him. It was him that you couldn't hear much of an accent, right? Mm. Mm. So then why did she say that it was junk? This cinematically, like it's got that scope. Um, like the director who did this episode did a really good job filming all of this. The last train, yeah. Somebody to come hurt us. That's all you need to know. I'll tell you on the train. Now we need to get on that train, please. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Why didn't you tell me earlier? This is really good, actually. Hard to shoot in this lighting without getting a certain amount of grain. So I suspect maybe they filmed it in a little bit of a brighter situation than it appears to be, and then changed it in post. Like, see there in the background, it's grainy, right? Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have stopped for that break. Cool. Okay, so she fights them. She's gonna sacrifice herself. Yeah, it won't work. Why? I think so far this has been my favorite episode, and I was a little bit worried about it at the start. She's not coming, dude. Yeah. So did she kind of imbue the bracer with something with her power? Is that what happened? Like it's almost like that's the story I would rather stick with. Now we come back to um, Kamala coming here. Where are we? 19 minutes. So it's just about like just over halfway through this episode. So she thinks that it's the older version of her. That's what she wanted. Wow. Feeling it in the throat, guys. Hmm. Nobody else is calling out her weird clothing or anything? So she's going to be involved in helping save her family, right? Yeah, will she even know her grandfather then? Because he was barely mentioned, right? Like he won't recognize him. Yeah, she won't. She would have the other bangle there, the sauna, right? I don't know. Maybe it's the music. Mhm. Okay, so now she's back in the present. And you're in the midst of hostile company. Okay, so that's the portal to their universe, right? So if that opens, it will destroy everything. Where are we at? 23 minutes in. That was a lot crammed into 23 minutes. Well, even less, probably even 20 minutes because we had the previously on. um, don't wait, jump through if you really want to go home. It's right there. Don't let me stop you. That's what I would say. Uh-oh. Oh, I guess that's why you can't quick jump through, huh? The portal's not stable. Not entirely stable, huh? Oh, she can jam it up with her powers? It remains to be seen if she's going to be all right. Obviously, she will be because she's going to be in the movie. So she's going to imbue herself into something to close it? The nephew? Hold on. He's going to have magical powers too now? Yeah. So that's the grandmother seeing her mother's picture. So she would have been, she saved her. Who knows? It just happened. It's a good photo. I like that photo. They're in a laundry. Was a laundry mat, right? Where they're doing the laundry. An Irish one? What? But he's going to be out there in the MCU. Hmm. Mhm. What is that? I didn't quite see what that was. Where are we at? 30 minutes in, so 5 minutes left or so. When she was young. Bon Jovi. Yeah, Irish people usually just leave without saying goodbye. I say goodbye, but I don't like to linger on. I said goodbye like 5 minutes ago. Why am I still talking to you in the door? I'm like that. I'd be like, okay, thank you for the evening. I'm out of here. Peace. Have a good one. Let me walk you to the car. Let me do this to you. No, no. Just, and that's see if the Miss Marvel was a movie, that's where the movie would end. But since it's a series, we're going on, kind of thing, right? Brian? Oh, I thought it was Bruno, not Brian. Tesla. Yeah, he is Bruno, but Cameron just chose to call him Brian. Okay, yeah. Uh-oh, is that a Stark drone? Looks like it. Yeah, looks like he's got powers. Well, that's it. Okay, so that one was directed by Charmaine Obey Chinoy. Um, that's it. Um, yeah, the direction in this one was really well done. And now that we're going back to the storyline of them in the present, I'm a little bit more less interested. It's weird. I was thinking that this would be kind of like, just get on to the final episode. But I actually really liked it. And I think this one is by far my favorite episode of the series. And yes, it's shorter. See? Length doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be good. So, guys, we are normally typically we would jump right into the next episode, but because of my little technical mishaps this morning, we should have already been into the finale. I'm gonna have to postpone it until 1:30 p.m. later on this afternoon because I gotta have my breakfast, do my walk still. Uh, I have been productive though. I do have a nice, cool little short that I'm gonna publish right after this, so pay attention to that. I think you'll like that short as well. Um, Good episode, my favorite. Let's go over to the interwebs because Charmaine Obey Chinoy has gotten some more work because of this. And um, people are kind of like, I don't know. Oh, yeah, right. She's going to be doing Star Wars. Um, the Ray movie, which, hey, if based on this episode that we watched, fine. I just think that the Ray movie should be called Episode 10, not some kind of spin off kind of thing. Um, based on what I just saw, I think she's capable of doing it. Oh yeah, and she did like a documentary that she won an award for, right? She's got the chops. No complaints here, man. From from that. I don't know about the Ray movie though. I don't know if that one is ever going to happen. But hey, guys, if you like this kind of stuff and you want to hear me talk about the Ray movie and stuff, we do a lot of movie news stuff on the channel. And that's primarily what we do here. So what's going to happen here for the next 14 to 20 minutes or so, we're going to talk about some movie news stuff, and it'll be chopped out and put up on the channel by itself separately. But just to let you know, that's what we do here. That's our bag because I like movies. I like talking about movies, and I like watching series. By far, my favorite episode of Miss Marvel. I can't wait to see how that ends. It's going to be kind of like typical MCU kind of ending, right? Uh, how much did Charmene actually direct of this series? She didn't actually start directing until the fourth one and the fifth one. Okay, so she didn't do the finale, really. She didn't direct the finale. After those two episodes, you would think that you would want to marshal that power, but hopefully Adil and Bilal will bring us home. No normal. Um, as I'm watching it, though, guys, I gotta say that I'm a little bit bummed out. The series didn't do well, numbers wise. Nobody watched it. And the few people that did said they liked it. And based on that episode, I gotta say I'm slowly coming around that I'm thinking that I'm liking it. Kamala Khan is somebody that I want to see more of, and I can't wait to see her more in the Marvels movie that's supposed to be coming out. I don't have the poster up for that yet. I'll put that up later on. All right, guys, that's it for me. Hit that thumbs up button. Join us on the playlist that you can follow in the description, I think, and you'll be able to follow episode 6, the finale of Miss Marvel series, up season 1. I think there's only going to be one season. Anyway, we'll see. See how this all wraps up, and as it leads us towards the road of the Marvels movie. All right, let's get into some movie news stuff. Uh, there's a live action Zelda movie in the works. Wes Ball is set to direct. Wes Ball. He directed the Maze Runner movies, and as I looked at his IMDb, I'm kind of like, all right. There's some art department stuff. Let's take a look at his directing credits. Maze Runner. So he did pretty much all the Maze Runner stuff. Done some shorts. And then, of course, he's doing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which we did a trailer reaction for on the channel. And I really like the scope of that trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So he's going to be doing The Legend of Zelda next. So that just is a little bit of prep to know who's going to be behind this. Live action. Guys, do you think that we should stick with the live action stuff? Or do you think they should stay with the like Super Mario Bros route and keep it all animated? I feel uh, I'm a little bit mixed. I think that obviously it's not going to look like that, but um, the newer games and stuff, I think pulled that off reasonably well. Uh, yeah, this one was my favorite. Link to Adventures of Link, right? It was the second one. It was like a side-scrolling game. I like that one. What do you guys think? It is going to be live action, though. I just wanted to kind of drive home that uh, there's um, there's a sensibility about it being animated, a familiarity for us. And that's a little bit washed out there. Um, but you know what I mean. It would make Hyrule, the kingdoms there, feel a little bit more familiar. But I could be off on that. I know that people have been wanting a live action Zelda movie for the longest of times, and um, we'll have to wait and see what happens with it. So, of course, what happens? Who's going to be playing Link in the Zelda movie? Who's going to be playing Zelda? That's the more in question, more that I would have a question. It appears that they want somebody like 15 to 20-ish to play that role. Who's going to play Ganon? Or is it going to be Ganondorf? Right? Uh, the thing is why would you need it to be uh, 15 to 20 if in some of the games you get pulled back in time where you get to see Link at different ages. So uh, Variety's got a list of potential Link actors up, and let's see if we agree with them. Jacob Tremblay, he's Doctor Sleep. He was in Room with uh, uh, Miss Captain Marvel there. Yeah. Um, Cody Smith McPhee. Okay, so he was the younger version of Nightcrawler in the latest X-Men movies. He was Nightcrawler in that with Jennifer Lawrence, right? And he was in Power of the Dog. I don't know. He's a good actor. I just don't see it. Justice Smith is a bit too old. He's a bit too old. He's 28. Yeah, no, he's way too old. Jacob Elordi, yeah, he's again too old. He just played Elvis, for God's sakes. And I don't see Link when I look at him. Um, Walker Scoble would be my pick. Arglass says, I reckon Zelda could be pulled off in live action, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons or Willow, maybe. I hope that it would be. Um, the thing is that the danger with going live action is that uh, the backgrounds, like the biggest complaint that I have about all the Marvel's movies right now, all the Marvel movies, is that it's CGI. They're on CGI sets, and if you're doing Hyrule, um, you know that it's going to be CGI. The backgrounds will be all CGI because it's going to be hard for them to find practical sets. So I have got a little bit of a beef that if you're going to have CGI backgrounds, why not just have CGI characters? We'll go along with it. Super Mario proves that yes, we'll follow it. So it's kind of like they're not going to actually find a castle or lands like this. You know, it's going to be all background. So it's going to be kind of like there's a trade off there that, and an argument to be said that yes, I would say just keep it all CGI. But we're going live action, so accept it, James. Accept it. Let's take a look at some of the other choices. As I said, Walker Scoble would be my choice. He's going to be in that Percy Jackson series, where I think he's going to be able to pull that off and show us what it's going to take to be playing Link. Um, yeah, you can see him in there, right? Just give him a little bit long ears. I think that's your Link right there. He'll pull that off for sure. And who knows who could play Zelda off of him? Any names? Not Millie Bobby Brown. That's too. She'd be too old to be. I don't know. But maybe somebody from that class. Maybe is no Sadie Sink would be even too old. Maybe I don't know to play as Zelda. That it gets. I like playing this game though. Of like who would be a good fit. So these are just varieties picks. Caleb McLaughlin talking about Stranger Things. I don't know if yeah, that's you. This is the kind of thing like Link has a certain look to him um, that we all kind of accept. It'd be kind of like making Black Panther um, a Japanese guy. It's like what? What? You know, you can't do that. So, um, yeah, Dick Galeoff, Jack Champion, who plays Spider in the Avatar movies. He's a bit too old now. Um, but I could maybe give him a chance. I could see that. Nicholas Galitzine? Who the heck is that? 29 years old? No, guys, stop. That's not, you're not listening to the mandate of the article that says that they want somebody 15 who can play believable 18 to 20 ish. This guy, no, he looks like he's 30 years old. He looks his age. For God's sakes. Yeah, Gabriel LaBelle. Who was he in? Peter Pan Syndrome. He was in The Fablemans. Okay. Oh, yeah. No, he was actually really good in The Fablemans, but I don't see him as Link. William Gao? Hmm. I don't know. Maybe. Thomas Brody Sangster. If he was a bit younger, I would say yes. He's 33, though, guys. Um, he's 33. And I would say that he does still look like maybe he could pull the part off if they went with that older Link and did like him back in time. Perhaps I could see him look like Link. Maybe he's Ganon though. Make him Ganon. Why not? See that happening. Who else? Josh Giddy. What? What is? Why would you throw in a basket with some guy who doesn't have? What are you doing, man? This list is I don't know what the heck. You're just throwing out names out there, and it's kind of like, well, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So, um, who would play Zelda? Young actresses. Let's take a look. Let's say 20 something actresses. 20-year-old actresses. Um, why is that taking a long time to load? So you can scroll through here and pick anything, right? Aubrey K. Miller, Real Downs, Peter Vassar. I never even heard of some of these people. Would it have to be a big name, maybe? I don't know. It wouldn't have to be. Ooh. The eyes. Could that be Zelda? Like, like, are Zelda and Link romantically together? They never ever say in the games, do they? You just out to save her. And for God's sakes, I hope they don't go the route that, no, she doesn't need to be saved by Link. She's been kidnapped by Ganon because she's there secretly trying to undermine him. It's like, no, you don't. For God's sakes, just tell the story straight up like old fairy tale stories. Enough of this shoehorning in social commentary. Enough of that. We're done with that. That's what you don't want to see in in an updated version. Okay, so then we're getting too young. All right, guys, what do you think about that? Do you want to see a live action Link movie? I do. All right, Link should be played by an Asian actor. They seem to be pitching a white guy. Should he be though? Should Link be played by an Asian? I could see it. I was looking at that guy that they had out there on the roll call. Maybe, perhaps, maybe. All right. What's next? Guys, we are watching Miss Marvel on the Road to the Marvels. That opens up tomorrow, and the first reactions are in. The Marvels' first reactions after the premiere. Brie Larson to star in the sequel to well, it's not really a sequel to Captain Marvel, though, from what I understand. First reactions are in, and we've got to take this with a grain of salt here, guys, because if you look at this, yeah, okay, the first reactions are in, but if you scroll through some of the headlines, first reactions say the movie is underwhelming, but not awful. First reactions praise short, sweet, astonishingly wacky film, exactly what a comic book movie should be. Oh, it's exactly what a comic book movie should be, huh? Uh, as I said, you got to take these headlines with a little bit of a grain of salt because once you start examining it, it's not quite as it appears to be. Early reactions call the sequel a blast, a great addition to the MCU. Well, um, not according to some of the people that I've been following this morning, where they seem to say otherwise. Yeah. Uh, Christine Lemire, is that who that? Christy Lemire, is that who that is? Yeah. So I trust her. Who else do I trust? I trust Harloff. What did he say? Yeah. So um, I trust those two people way over what I'm getting from these headlines. Ooh, it's a great addition to the MCU. It's just exactly what a comic book movie should be. So this is Variety, the big trades trying to sell you BS. They're puff pieces, is what those are. And the tale will only be told once the actual rating comes out on the tomato meter. Because the embargo doesn't drop until like I think later on today, if not early tomorrow morning. And the movie comes out tomorrow, guys. I'm seeing it tomorrow at 3:50 p.m. Pay attention to my straight out of the theater reaction. Despite all of that, what people have said, I am still going to give it a fair shake. You know me. I I will still go in there looking at the story structure, and I will rank it accordingly. And I will uh, hopefully not have the same sentiments as some people have been saying. But it's just it upsets me at times when I see headlines like this because you know that's not true. But you got to write the article anyway because Variety can't lose their, uh, well, I guess their relations with Marvel and Disney Studios, right? They got to be uh, helping them out promote their material, right? So we got to recognize that as movie fans when we're diagnosing this stuff. Artglass says Christian Harloff did not like the Marvels. Perhaps was pitched at a younger audience. But the thing is that it's I like the trailers. I like the concept of all three of them coming together. I just it should I don't know if it should have been just a direct sequel to Captain Marvel. Just call it Captain Marvel 2, but it's not. So know that some of the social media reactions are out now. So it's kind of like Stephen Watcher. No, don't trust this guy. I know that he's like the big man over there at Collider, but again, he has to protect his um, platform, Collider. He's got to protect it. So he's not going to come out and say anything terrible about it. And at least with people like Harloff and Christie there, you understood that they're still going to tell you the truth. Stephen Frosty, he's not going to tell you the truth. He's not. So disregard him. Dempsey Pilot, Nia DaCosta's Marvels is a delight. Yeah, again, low stakes aside, it delivers some of the best action and comedy to date. See it with a crowd. Yeah. Uh, Marvels is a great time. Again, I want to come out saying that. I do. But I just, I'm not buying it, guys. And I do want to see the villain. The villain is forgettable. Oh, okay, bummer. The villain is forgettable. That sucks. I was looking forward to Zawe Ashton as the villain. She's just got this look to her where I want to see what she can do. Um, I don't know if it's her eyes. Just yeah, I want to see more from her. And it looks like she gets both bangles there. Ooh, is that spoiler? That's a little bit spoilerish. I don't know if I want that. Um, okay. The Marvels is actually great fun with a good complex dynamic between the leading trio and as its center, it's Iman Vellani, right? It's Iman. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. I don't. Yeah, steals every scene, and good because I do like her performance in Miss Marvel. I want to see more from her. Brie Larson, I'm kind of like I like her. I don't know, man. I don't know. First early reactions are out, and you don't seem to be putting anyone in here where you're not putting trusted people in here from these snapshots, so it's kind of like hard for me to weigh it accordingly. Um, they say that the directing is good. Nia DaCosta did do the Candyman, but when you look at her resume, guys, she's done a couple of shorts. She did some TV stuff. She did one little smaller film called Little Woods, but then she just got propelled into Candyman. She did a short for Candyman to give her the reins to make that requel. It's a requel, guys, Candyman. And then for some reason, Kevin Feige saw it and said, let's put her up on the big stage where she's going to flounder. I, I, I'm kind of like, she hasn't quite developed all of her tools yet. And I would recognize that too as a director. I know you can't say no if that was offered to you, Nia. I understand that. But it's kind of like somebody who has got their golf clubs, but they still don't know how to use all of the clubs yet, right? They don't know how to use all of their skill set, and she's developing. She's going to get there. I trust that she'll get there, but I'm just kind of like this movie is poised to not be received well by fans, and it's not. It's kind of like we almost know what this movie's going to be about, even before with not even seeing it. Yeah, they're going to work as a team. It's going to be funny to see them switch powers and stuff like that. Oh, there's going to be this throwaway villain that comes in that will get defeated by the end, and really not much else happens. Do I need to go to the theater to see that? What's in here that's going to make me go, you got to check that out, guys? That's kind of like, yeah, that's the Marvel formula right now. Is there going to be a movie news today? Well, we're doing it right now, Chris. This will be chopped up and put up on the channel later on. But for Marvel got an algorithm formula. The director is just part of the team, not driving the ship. Marvel is floundering, and um, everybody agrees now that it's run itself into the ground. But I will, as I said, I'm not somebody that will have that bias corrupt my view on it. I will give it a fair shake. I will. But I'm expecting when these numbers come out and get published on the tomato meter tomorrow, it's going to be brutal. I'm thinking maybe 20% is what it's going to be from critics. From real critics, guys, not Weintraub and those kinds of people. The people that we can trust, like the Christy Lemire's, the you just yeah Perry Nemiroff, Christian Harloff, uh, Jeremy John Stuckman. I remember Stuckman says that he will not publish uh, a movie review for something that he doesn't like. I think we're going to see Stuckman because he wants to protect his platform and his industry. We're going to see him maybe twist himself up into pretzels. He's got to say something about it because it's the big picture that everybody's going to be looking at. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. All right. And I hear that the budget's up like 200 million plus for the Marvels. It's going to struggle to make it back, I think. It's going to be a bomb. It's going to be a bomb. All right. Next. Killers of the Flower Moon box office is Martin Scorsese's 200 million epic, a hit or a flop. Again, we're going through this, guys. $200 million for a dramatic piece. I just don't know where that money is being all spent. It's not as if it was The Irishman where the characters were de-aged at a certain point. You're all on practical sets. There's no CGI work. So where did you spend all that $200 million? Um, I've seen other pundits twist themselves up trying to say, well, it's Apple TV. It's all marketing. It's all a marketing ploy to drive people towards Apple TV Plus. So it's okay that it's not going to succeed. And when I start to read articles like this too, that's exactly what this article tries to do. Well, it's like Air. Air didn't go at the box office, but it drove people to the streaming platform. Well, then why is it not up on the streaming platform right now? It should be. Uh, if it's such a great movie, if it's such a masterpiece, it shouldn't. It should be able to stand up to that rigor of, okay, fine, it's up on Apple TV Plus right now. Go watch it there too. But James, it'll lose out on some of its theatrical run money. Oh, really? Five Nights at Freddy's says otherwise. And was that a good movie? It doesn't need to actually be a good movie for if it just has to be something that people want to see. I liked Killers of the Flower Moon. I just didn't think it was Scorsese's best effort. I didn't think it was something that should be worthy of awards consideration. And my concern with this is that it's going to get rewarded by, oh, it's Scorsese, so best director, James. Oh, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, best actor, James. And it's kind of like, what are you guys doing here? You're awarding movies that are not financially sound. You're promoting, you're saying that they should continue doing that if you award it. You could nominate it, fine, but don't award it. Don't award it. That's where I stand. And the same thing is going to go for Ridley Scott's Napoleon. We did a story this week about Ridley Scott saying the naysayers of how historically accurate it is. And he said, get a life kind of thing. Napoleon is up there with that budget. It's around the $200 million mark for Napoleon. We've got these big heavyweights Ridley Scott, Martin Scorsese. You don't get higher than that. But I think both of them are going to deliver box office bombs. Well, they're just at a point in their career, James, where they don't care about box office success. Do you really think that, guys? Do you believe that BS by some pundits out there that try to sell you that? I don't. That's garbage. No, Ridley Scott cares about the box office return because what it means is that people are resonating to it. They're responding to it. If it doesn't succeed, then people just don't care. People don't want to see it. And that's on Ridley you. That's on you, Ridley Scott. That's on you, Martin Scorsese. And that's why I'm saying that it's detrimental to award them with like best director with no. But it shouldn't depend on the box office success, James. If that's the case, then Transformers, who made $1 billion, should be there. The Star Wars Last Jedi made $1 billion. That's a great film, isn't it? We have to weigh things accordingly. We got to look at it with a measured response. And Napoleon's coming out in a couple of weeks here. No buzz. A little bit for the Josephine actress who's playing Josephine. A little bit. I guess I'm starting to look at it kind of like Ridley Scott's splashing the water here to try to get people to talk about it. But if he wasn't saying stuff like this, then nobody would be talking about it, man. We are because we're movie fans. But outside there in the public realm, if I were to say, hey, did you know that the Joaquin Phoenix is going to be in a Napoleon film? To the casual fans would be like, oh, no, I didn't know that. When's that coming out? Next week. Yeah, yeah. It's just It's mind-boggling. Chris Schober says, I heard that yesterday on Google, James, that Kevin Feige is rumored to do a Star Wars. Well, he was going to, but they threw that out a long time ago. I don't know. Anyway, you've heard me rant about these things. It's called show business. They care about box office, otherwise their films wouldn't get produced. Veteran directors perhaps get a buy ball because of their track record. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing too. They get a buy. And I try to spin it, I try to lay it out to people to realize if it were your money, if you put your money into it and you didn't get that back, and would you let it fly then? If it was your money, would you let it fly? Would you say, oh yeah, but it's really Scott, I wanted, if you've got disposable money to throw away, then perhaps. Are you saying that these studios have disposable money to throw away? Maybe they do. I don't know. All right, guys, we're running a little bit behind schedule here. Um, Game of Thrones spinoff. I wanted to get to some of these stories. Maybe we'll pick it up tomorrow. I just want to make sure that I get my breakfast and get out for my walk so we can get back to 1:30 on time to finish watching Miss Marvel. Terrifier 3 poster is out. Killer. We are going to watch this on Netflix. I think it comes out next week, guys, on Netflix. The Killer. Fincher. Fassbender. Looks like the ratings are pretty good for that. So I do want to check that out. Yeah. So I'll cut out this movie stuff and we'll put it up later. The short will be up on the channel as soon as I'm done here. It's about Zelda, so don't worry about that. I'm having fun making those shorts. It's helping me hone my skill at creating stuff, and it's resonating. People are watching the shorts, which is good because let me just pull up some of the numbers for you guys. These are shorts. The Millie Bobby Brown one really picked up, yes, last night. It started off at 0. So that's good. We need numbers like this. The Taylor Swift one, the romantic love one is slowly climbing up there as well. We need to more with that. And House of Usher is getting up there too. And for some reason, Curse of La Llorona trailer reaction is hanging around there. And that came out like 6 years ago, guys. Wow. Wow, how long have we been around? But yeah, more shorts. Publish a new one just here in a few minutes. All right, guys. See you in about an hour and 40 minutes or so for the finale of Miss Marvel. Can't wait for it. See you next time on Mirror Domains.